The Constitution of the Republic of Belarus is the ultimate law of Belarus. Adopted in 1994, 3 years after the country declared its independence from the Soviet Union. This formal document establishes the framework of the Belarusian state and government and enumerates the rights and freedoms of its citizens. The constitution was drafted by the Supreme Soviet of Belarus, the former legislative body of the country, and was improved upon by citizens and legal experts. The contents of the constitution include the preamble, 9 sections, and 146 articles. The structure and substance of the constitution were heavily influenced by constitutions of Western powers and by Belarus experiences during the Soviet era. While much of the constitution establishes the government's functions and powers, an entire section details rights and freedoms granted to citizens and residents. The constitution has been amended twice since the original adoption, in 1996 and in 2004. 2 referendums that were disputed by independent observers and government opposition leaders increased the power of the presidency over the government and eliminated the term limits for the presidency. The first attempt to codify the laws of the medieval state on the territory of what is now Belarus took the form of Statutes of Lithuania, with the first statute in power in 1529. The document, written in Old Belarusian language, fulfilled the role of the supreme law of the land. In the 18th century, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, a federal entity consisting of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania and the Crown of the Kingdom of Poland, faced a period of decline due to increasingly dysfunctional internal politics. In a belated attempt to rectify the situation, a constitution was adopted on May 3, 1791, one of the oldest codified national constitutions in the world. The new constitution abolished the liberum veto and banned the Szlachta's confederations, features that had crippled decision-making the state. The constitution also provided for a separation of powers among legislative, executive and judicial branches of government, established popular sovereignty, and extended political rights to the bourgeoisie. The peasantry saw their rights increased, but it fell short of abolishing serfdom, which was reconfirmed. Religious tolerance was preserved, although the status of the Catholic faith was recognized. Reciprocal Guarantee of Two Nations of October 22, 1791 accompanied the constitution, affirming the unity and indivisibility of Poland and the Grand Duchy of Lithuania within a single state and their equal representation in state governing bodies. The 1791 document remained in force for less than 19 months. After a brief war with Russia, it was annulled by the Grodno Sejm on 23 November 1793. By 1795, the Commonwealth was partitioned between Russian Empire, Kingdom of Prussia and Habsburg Austria, with most of the lands of the Grand Duchy under the Russian rule. Belarus adopted its first temporary constitution several months after declaring independence from the Russian Empire, on October 11, 1918. In 1919, after the occupation of the country by the Russian Bolsheviks, Belarus became a Soviet republic, and a new constitution was adopted. Belarus continued to use this constitution until it, along with Russia, Ukraine, and the Transcaucasus, signed a treaty to form the Soviet Union. Now the Belarusian Soviet Socialist Republic. The country adopted its first Soviet-era constitution in 1927, complementing the recently adopted Soviet constitution. After a re-adoption in 1937, the Belarusian SSR adopted its last Soviet-era constitution in 1978, mainly to reflect changes made in the 1977 Soviet constitution. When Belarus became independent from the Soviet Union in 1991, the Supreme Council of Belarus passed the Declaration of State Sovereignty of the Belarusian Soviet Socialist Republic, proclaiming Belarusian SSR Act's legal priority over USSR once and formally starting a constitutional process in Republic. Soon afterwards, the government established a Constitution Commission to facilitate the adoption of a post-Soviet constitution. In November 1991, the Commission sent the first of 3 drafts to the Supreme Council. Upon approval from the Supreme Council, the first draft was published in December 1991 in order for the Belarusian populace to make comments and suggestions. The Commission submitted the third and final draft to the Supreme Council, where it was signed on March 15. 1994 by the Speaker of the Supreme Council and Head of State. Maekis Law HRYB. The Gazette Zvezda officially published the constitution 15 days later. The Supreme Soviet passed a second law along with the constitution, titled the Enactment Law, rendering the 1978 Belarusian SSR constitution and the Declaration of State Sovereignty of the Belarusian Soviet Socialist Republic void. With a few exceptions, the law, passed during the 13th session of the Supreme Soviet,